Okay, so Dad wants a race at Wilkesboro next weekend, and for the life of us, we could not get the straight axle to stop death wobbling. So what do? We went and dug out our old rack and pinion, put the rack and pinion back on, redid all the steer like it was in the very beginning. Now we're putting shocks on it. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, the rack and pinion is back. We're going to see how it works. Yeah. It worked good before, and everybody, don't freak out. Talk about bump steer and everything else. See that whole deal, that whole thing, telescope slides up and down, so as the suspension travels, that'll slide, and it worked before, it'll work again.
We'll find out. We'll see.
I think it'll do fine.
That steer, get that old big motor in there, we'll see. But don't everybody have a chicken, because we're just putting it on there and go to a race, and that's it.
Yeah. Don't have a chicken, who cares?
Huh?
Who cares if it works, it stays.
Everybody be hollering.
Good, hoop and holler.
Look what Dale does.
Yep, proud of it too.
I don't give a fuck one way or another.
There you go. It needs to steer and be safe.
It's going to be safe, and it's going to go down through there and it's going to haul ass. So we're just trying to figure it out, that's all it is. It's just part of the process of finding something new and trying something else.
Yeah.
If that don't cure the bump steer, it's getting A-arms and all that, so get used to that.
Yeah, it'll be all back like it was factory.
Just like it was, and it'll be just like it was. And
still a gasser, gas keeps it down.
I don't know any bitch about the damn rack and pinion anyway, because the AFR heads are fine.
Yeah.
That fucking damn rack and pinion on it. That jerko's good.
Oh.
Hell yeah, that's a rule setter right there, son.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason that made that rules, because this car right here.
Yeah, because so rack and pinion.
I made my mark.
But it's back, because we're going to see if it works. If that gets rid of all that stuff, he'll be able to go race and it'll be fine. We just want to go race.
Yeah. That's all we got to do to try, you know.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing else. So
if it still bump steers that shit on there and acts a fool, which it didn't when I first built the car. The only reason I ever took that shit off there is because everybody's got their dick up in there over it. First time I went, so it's all good. Makes no difference.
Nah, we're just trying to drive it.
That's where it's good to say, well, say you do what the fuck you want to do.
Amen.
We're gonna try it. It's my car, it's in my name, and we doing it, and nobody else matters.
Yep. So everybody hate on. You don't like it?
Walk over to the $60,000 one. It's fine.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right. I ain't gonna worry about it. I ain't sweating it.
God knows. That's why she's bad penny.
Bad penny.
All right, let's weld the other shock bracket on. But we have shocks now. We have rack and pinions now. So I guess we'll see tomorrow how it does.
What's the house is right? I don't know. I'll bet you're in.
We had to modify cross member a little bit and modify the rag joint a little bit. So.
And did not even paint the shocks.
No, they're still yellow.
That's how we roll.
Alright, we got the rack and pinion stuff over here now. We're going to test to see how it does with the rack and pinion back on it.
Almighty.
Let me fix some exhaust for it and figure out that voltage deal.
I mean, that steering don't well wobble, so hell yeah.
Take it. The lesser of two evils. Yeah, we have really got to do something with the exhaust because it blows right up inside the car. Ooh. And yeah, that's the first time he's been able to like sort of try to wind it out. So I got to do some tuning. The carb, I need to tweak the carb. I need to pull some timing out of it. I need to extend the exhaust out some, and I got to fix an electrical issue. So gonna be busy today. But no more death wobble.
No more death wobble. Got that fixed.
You can't see nothing.
Oh, commit suicide, boy. That's the one. Oh, what? So I told this lady over there named Jolene, she committed suicide over there in the car. I said, boy, she should have hopped in this thing.
Yeah.
It took long.
And we had all the windows down and all that.
That ain't steer drop. No, it's that damn bumpers are right there on the car.
It whips right inside. Always has.
Yeah.
Remember the toy run?
Yeah, we had one. We had little pipes on it and turned out right there to the side, and it just, I've had the window down, it shot that shit right back in the window. So.
Good deal. All right, I'm gonna pause right there and I'm gonna get to work.
She don't like buffers, period, though. She hates them.
All right, we just got back from the First Street dyno. The first time Dad's actually been able to wind the car out a little bit, like it first and right into second. No death wobble. That is gone now. Yeah, thanks to the good old rack and pinion.
It ain't legit, but it steers good.
Yeah. Between that and the nitrous, I mean, come on.
I got nitrous on it too. I'm an evil man.
Oh.
Everyone goes down, I'm driving shit and racing.
That's right. That's all that matters.
Right.
At the end of the day, all that matters. But we have got a voltage issue, so I'm going to start tracking stuff, and I'm going to get this fixed, and then once that's fixed, then I can set the timing and then adjust the carburetor and all that stuff. Carburetor acted like it was too small for one thing, and also it
I think it seemed like it's too small.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's been a stressful couple hours. We have checked and fixed and cut wires and put new wiring in and rewired this and rewired that. And you know what it was the whole time? The freaking MSD box. That box that Dad's had in there for all these years.
Yeah, it's been there since 2011.
Yeah.
2006. Yeah, I guess I got that thing used off the racing jump.
If it was still hooked up, I'd show you what it's doing. But what's happening is internally, it's sending the trigger when it shouldn't send a trigger. So it's firing when it shouldn't fire. Like,
yeah, we'd leave the switch on and be sitting outside the car and you'd hear it. And it's like, what the hell is that? And we just cut it off. Just thought it was inside the distributor, and we put a spark plug up there and it just start firing. And then he jumped it out here, and when he jumped it, it didn't just keep on going. So he said, well, I'm going to put another box in it and say you had an extra start motor, one of you start motors with, and put it in there. We changed the coil, thought it was a coil, it wasn't a coil. And this is much stronger coil.
It's a really strong coil.
That's a better coil, so I'm going to put that on there instead of take my 70s coil off there, max. So.
Which has been on there forever.
Everybody bitch about that too, running 1970 coil. They raise hell about that shit.
Well, good, you got a 2021 coil now.
Look here, I got one like you boys got now.
2020.
Yeah, just painted black.
Yeah.
It's original 68. 60, what the fuck ever. Anyway, well, we figured out what was the matter with it.
Yeah, I had a 6AL, not a digital 6 or a 6AL. This is just a 6A box. We got a swap meet for $20.
They don't make 6AL no more. I was going to get one of them. They don't even make one, so.
Yeah, no, they don't make them. So. Let me grab my stuff out and I got to reorganize my toolbox.
In the steering wheel, you'll see the video where it's self-centered. Look, just put the cast wrench where it'll come right back towards the speed.
Which
it's got fresh liquid in it.
Yeah.
What's this instead? It's for everybody bitch, she's off. Oh, you bitchers and moaners.
We took the coil off, put a rack of pinion on it.
He's running a 1970 coil. Whoa, 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 whoa. Those fuckers are crazy.
We just love this stuff so much.
Huh?
Like, we just love it. Like, I legitimately...
That's what Colt says. Colt says, y'all are just like, just 24/7 nonstop. There's nothing else. That's just how you do it. And he said, I'm just not that hardcore. I was like, well, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back to Monday. There's no stop.
When his feet hits the damn floor, it's the first thing on his mind's corner. I mean, it don't
Yeah, I got up this morning. We lost a race last night in the Suburban. What I do, I got up this morning and she is lit up now. I got up, tweaked the timing, checked the plugs, tweaked the timing, turned the boost up. We're at 10 PSI now, where before we was only at 7. And so we got to put automatic in that thing.
We got a little battle in 4th gear.
On the interstate.
Yeah, on the interstate, it's got that sweet spot in 3rd where it will scream. And he pulled me in 4th gear. I didn't have no boost. It didn't come up boost quick. It just wouldn't pull. It'd have took us, you know, because we was checking out coming out through here. You gotta be about 70 mile an hour in 4th gear, and then you can stand in it and the boost will come in. And then it should go. He bumped that thing up to 10 pounds. It's the meanest shit now. So we're gonna have a little rematch if we see old boy again, and there'll be a different outcome on top. But we was out of our range. We took a whooping, so
yeah.
He weighed
not so much a whooping. He didn't like run off. He just slowly pulled away from us. Dad couldn't get. And Dad had said,
we did it fair though. We slowed down. We had matched our speed, and we took off. So
yeah,
that's all it was.
But
that thing right there ain't safe over 100. So
no, it's not safe.
We need to make it a little safer, but.
We was on the interstate and curves and stuff.
I said, it's just a lost son. I said, let it go. He's like, oh, I'm turning the boots up on. He said, I'm going to say, I've never tuned on that. I'm going out here and tuned on it. It's 7:30 this morning. He's outside. I was like, what are you doing? I said, don't worry about it. He's like, oh, I do worry about it. It's not happening.
Yeah.
He said, I'll put 10 pounds through it. We'll take it up there and run it and see what
it does. That's a 10.5 to 1 small block.
It's like 1st gear's granny gear. It ain't worth a buck of shit. 2nd gear runs out so fast with that 373 that it ain't really worth a buck of shit. 3rd gear, you can really pull the shit out of whatever you want to. And 3rd gear will run to damn hell 90 mile an hour. And then 4th gear, he's got the turbo lag, which it needs a smaller turbo without the lag, and it's got that lag, so you take a rest from your top end.
Yeah, see what happens is when he runs it to like 56 and shifts, that granny 4-speed is geared. Yeah. It drops so much RPM.
We took off at about 45 or 50 mile an hour, which it should have waited till about 70, and then it might have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Took one.
Yeah, that's one out of.
It's always,
he's outrun Corvettes, Camaros.
Now the Corvette would outrun me too, but it had that sweet spot in 3rd gear, and he couldn't get around me, and I couldn't get away from him. But if it went on to 100, hell, he went on better.
Yeah.
But
so we're gonna put an auto in her.
Yeah,
that'll eliminate all that.
Smaller turbos will spool up faster.
Yeah, see, that's a GT45.
And it holds 10 pounds. It's perfect. It didn't 10 pounds. It sounds good at 10 pounds.
Yeah, got up this morning, went out there and looked at the plugs. I'm like. Yeah. Plug tells me it'll take more.
Then we took it up there and he put some brake pads on it. We'd fucking run out of brakes and had to stop and bleed the brakes on the side of the road. It didn't have them pumped out enough, boy. It was just like, well, I said, this thing will stop. And he's like, well, I said, shit. So we had to bleed the brakes up there.
Hey, we have fun. But, all right, we're going to shut up and we're going to clean this stuff up before it's too dark. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's a couple days before there's a race at Wilkesboro this weekend, a gasser race, and we got the steering fixed on the 57, but the MSD box just died on him. Like, it's acting erratic and popping and acting crazy and everything else. And I've checked everything, and it is in fact the MSD box. So all the stuff I'm normally working on for everybody, I told them that they have to wait. I got to come out here and I got to get Dad's car fixed so he can go race. And if they like it, that's fine. If they don't care. It just is what it is. So I'm going to do my best to get my dad's car ready so he can actually go race with the big block for the first time since we put it in there. I mean, he ain't been able to do nothing with this car. So that's what I'm about to do. Jump in here. Kerry Fox let me borrow another MSD box. I was going to take the 6AL box out of my car and wire it in 57, but Kerry Fox had one. He said, take it, try it, and see how it works. So I'm going to throw it in there right fast and check it and see if it works. And if it don't, then I'll take the one out of my car and put it in the 57, and that'll be able to go race. I got to do that. I got to build another carburetor for it. I got to build a bigger carburetor. The 750 works all right, but at wide open throttle, it wasn't good enough, and it needs a little less time than what it has now. So got to wire it, fix it, get it running, tune it, and have it ready to go race. So that's what I'm about to do. Everybody out there whose stuff I'm supposed to be working on stuff, sorry, but family is family, and I got to do what I got to do. Make sure my dad gets to enjoy his car. So take it for what it is. All right, I got the box. I still got to fix all this. It's just wired up. I got to tuck everything up, make everything nice and neat, and tuck it out of the way. But new box is in. Check it out. Flip the voltage to it. Fuel pump's on. No pump shot. Hit the button. That is pretty good right there. I still got to check a timing, and I still got to build another carburetor, but MSD is back working again. Alright, so I fixed everything, right? Everything's doing good. I'm trying to adjust the timing, and I start bringing the RPM up to set the total timing. And the trans line blows off. And just coats everything with trans fluid again. Well, it just flat out exploded the trans cooler line. That rubber popped it in two places. Just guess that rubber line just ain't rated to that kind of pressure. As soon as I revved it, it went. Alright, since the trans lines blew yesterday, I'm going to show them to you real quick. This is just, this hose wasn't rated for the kind of pressure. See where it split? It just blew. So, I've got a high pressure line on it now. Hard line. Went by Kerry Fox's. I finished Tim's motor up, put the heads on, intake on. We primed it and all that stuff, so Tim's motor is ready to go in his car. But Kerry had these hard lines out around back. He had a pile of them. So I found the two that would fit. It's hard line all the way up and high pressure line here, which goes to the trans cooler. So that is rated to a whole lot more pressure than what that little stuff was. So we'll see. I wish I could just go hard line all the way to the trans cooler and everything, but you can't attach to the trans cooler like that. So I guess I'm gonna get in there and fire it up and see if I got any leaks. Alright, so no leaks. Everything seems to be fine. Now I'm going to do a carburetor for it. 750 is real snappy without a load on it, but when we took it up road the other day, it could have been the breather, could have had that filter on it and the mufflers on it, but it felt like a carburetor just like it had a hand over its mouth, like it just couldn't breathe like it ought to. But I got this 750 jetted up pretty high in order to give this motor the fuel that it wants. So Backyard Built Trucks sent Colton a 850 angular booster blow-through carburetor, which I tore apart, and the only difference in it, and like even the power valve restrictor circuits were like a standard power valve restrictor circuit. Nothing had really been modified. Nothing was a lot bigger. The only thing they'd done to the emulsion system is they blocked off a couple air bleeds to make it richer up top, you know, for blow-through. But other than that, there's really not anything done to it to make it any different than a standard carburetor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slap some 80s primary and 90 secondaries in that, or a 78, 88, and put a 4.5 power valve in it with angular boosters, and I might stick it on the 57. I do have another 850 that's a down leg booster 850. that I could probably put together for this rig. But I'm gonna try that quick fuel 850 and build it and set it up to be NA carburetor, which it's already NA. The only difference would be, like I said, boost activator power valves and stuff in them. That makes them boost only carburetors, and larger power valve restrictor circuits or power valve circuit restrictors, which these only got 55 thousandths restrictor circuits in it. Generally I tend to run anywhere from 78 to 89, and then a much smaller jet, which y'all have heard me talk 1,000 times about blow through carburetors and how to do them, how to set them up and all this stuff, so I won't go into all that. But that quick fuel is supposed to be 850 blow through carb. It's basically, it would probably be better for a Pro Charger than it would for a turbo. I mean, if you're running low boost, anything below 10 psi, it probably would work fine. But, you know, 14, 15, 16, 20, 25, yeah, I don't think it would. I think you'd really have to do some modifications to it to get it to work right. Because the 950, because he sent that to Colton to put on the S10, and I have built Colton a custom 950 Holly. That's, I mean, I've tricked this thing out. It's tricked out from one end to the other to handle the boost that he's running and to be able to street drive it and everything else, and it works flawless. I mean, the AFRs are spot on at cruise, wide open throttle, they're perfect, and it's set up to work with the water meth too. So I mean, I would have probably modified this 850, but I'm going to put it to use, and I'm going to stick it on the 57, see how it does, and we'll go from there. I had rebuilt it one time and put it on my 74, and it was way too big for my little 356, but this 427 big block, man, this is a high compression motor. I mean, it ain't turning no crazy RPM like 6,000 RPM, but still, it could definitely probably use the extra carburation. Yeah, so here's the primary power valve restrictor circuit, 55 thousandths. So, yeah, like I said, see, there's not really nothing too fancy about. Now, they've probably drilled these and made the emulsion tubes a little bigger for more volume, so it flow more, but they plugged off every other hole on the emulsion for the air bleeds, so it pulls more fuel. Like if you leave these open, more air gets in there and emulsifies the fuel, which doesn't pull as much up top. But you can plug these off and they'll pull more fuel. But I'm gonna put this back in, put a 4.5 power valve in it. Secondary is blocked off. It'll be 80 primary, 90 secondary. I'm gonna see what that does. It probably needs to be a little less than that, but angular boosters, they generally tend to run a little lean, so that's probably why 80 or 90 is probably gonna work. They just tend to be a little bit leaner, but you'll see when I put this thing on there. I also need to change these shooters. It's got massive shooters in it, 35s, so it actually probably needs a 32 and probably a 30. I leave 32 on primary, 35 on secondary for the trans brake, but we'll see. Put it back together and see how it does. All right, here is the 850 that I built. Well, this is the one we got for backyard built trucks. Run through it and fixed everything and set up to what I think it needs to be for the 427. So, get you here fired up. Should fire with no pump shot, nothing like that. Good deal. All right, she is pretty much ready. We gotta tighten the bumper back up and go from there. But everything's wired, everything's working. No more leaks. Got a bigger carburetor on it now. So we'll see how it does. It's a toss-up. Might do good, might do bad, I don't know, but I got the other carburetor in there too, and I mean, when it comes to carburetors, there ain't nothing I can't fix. But we'll see what happens. That's a wrap. Ed's ready to go race. and Dad brought it up on the two-step, and it actually two-stepped and left hard, and it ain't crackling and popping up top no more. So no, I think we got her, so we'll see. I need to turn the idle up a little bit on that 850 because when I had it set, it was set in park, not gear, and I still got the breather on it too, the filter. So, all right, 57 is officially loaded for our very first race with the big block ever. First race Dad's been to in years. Yeah. Boy, that first pass, you're gonna be nervous. Got them jitters.
It'll go away once I turn above. Not when you let go.
But yeah, all the electrical stuff's working like it's supposed to now. Two steps there, trans brakes there. Shift light ain't blinking, tack's not jumping, so pretty good.